Have you ever found yourself sitting there wondering, why can't I just get started? Why does it feel like laziness keeps creeping in, no matter how much I want to change? You're not alone. Millions of people just like you wake up with good intentions, but by the end of the day they feel stuck in the same cycle of procrastination, distractions, and frustration. But here's the good news. What if I told you that switching from lazy to laser-focused doesn't require some superhuman strength? What if it's actually about creating tiny, consistent habits, daily disciplines that rewire your mind and build unstoppable momentum? In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you a simple, powerful blueprint that has helped thousands of people across the U.S. break free from distractions, reclaim their focus, and finally build the life they've been dreaming of. And no, it doesn't require waking up at 4 a.m. or hustling 18 hours a day. Imagine this. What if just one small shift in your morning routine could help you stop hitting that snooze button on your goals? What if tiny wins could compound into massive results without you feeling burned out? That's exactly what this daily discipline blueprint is designed to do. So before we dive in, here's what I want you to do right now. Hit that subscribe button. Because every single week I share practical strategies, proven mindset hacks, and easy-to-follow routines that help you master self-discipline, sharpen your focus, and unlock unstoppable productivity. If you're tired of feeling like time is slipping through your fingers, if you're ready to finally take control of your day and build a mindset that helps you win, then this video could be the turning point. And one more thing as you're listening, think about this question. What's one tiny habit I can start today to build my inner strength? Drop your answers in the comments because your first step might just inspire someone else watching this right now. All right, let's get started and discover how to go from lazy to laser-focused. Let's get real for a moment. Have you ever told yourself, I'm just lazy? I'll never be as productive as those people I see on YouTube crushing their goals every single day. Or maybe at the end of a long day, you collapse on the couch, scroll your phone, binge Netflix, and think, why can't I break this cycle? What's wrong with me? If that sounds familiar, I want you to pause and take a deep breath. Because here's the truth, most people never tell you laziness isn't your fault. It's not a character flaw, it's not weakness. And no, it doesn't mean you're broken. In fact, it's your brain doing what it's designed to do. Let me explain. From a psychological perspective, our brains are wired for efficiency and survival. That means your mind constantly seeks comfort and avoids pain. Back in ancient times, this helped our ancestors conserve energy when food was scarce or danger was near. Fast forward to today, that same system kicks in every time you're faced with something challenging, like starting a big project, exercising, or even tidying up your space. And here's where it gets tricky in modern life. The easy options, like junk food, endless social media scrolling, or another episode of your favorite show, are just a tap or click away. So after a draining 9-to-5 job, it's no surprise that your brain says, let's take the easy route. You've earned it. But here's what I want you to know. This doesn't mean you're destined to stay stuck in that pattern, because the problem isn't you, it's the system you're using. Think about it like this. Imagine trying to build a house with the wrong tools. No matter how hard you work, how much you sweat, that house is going to look shaky, right? The same goes for self-discipline. If your system isn't designed to work with your brain's natural wiring, you'll always feel like you're fighting yourself and losing. That's why today I want to help you see this differently. Instead of blaming yourself for feeling lazy, let's shift the question. Don't ask, why am I so unmotivated? Ask, how can I build a system that makes focus and action easier? Here's an example that might hit home. Picture this. John, a 38-year-old father of 2 in Austin, works long hours in IT. By the time he's home, his energy is gone. His evenings grab fast food on the way, slump on the couch, scroll TikTok, and promise himself that tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow looks exactly the same. What changed for John wasn't some magical surge of willpower. It was that he learned to build a system that worked with his brain, not against it. He started with just 5 minutes a day, setting a timer and tackling one small task before relaxing. Over time, that micro win triggered a dopamine hit, reinforcing the habit. And within a month, his evenings looked completely different. Healthier meals, 20-minute walks, time journaling, or reading before bed. The key takeaway: it's not about forcing yourself. It's about creating small wins that snowball into unstoppable momentum. I want you to think about your own life right now. What's one tiny action you could take today that feels doable, not overwhelming? Maybe it's filling up a glass of water and drinking it first thing in the morning. Maybe it's putting your phone in another room for 10 minutes. Or maybe it's writing down just one goal for the day. And here's the best part. Science shows that when we stack small, consistent wins, our brain starts to crave more of that positive feedback. What feels hard at first begins to feel natural. So don't fall for the myth that you need to hustle 24/7 or that only special people have discipline. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. You just need the right system, one tiny, consistent action at a time. And if you're ready to learn that system, stick with me. Because in the next part of this video, I'm going to break down the Daily Discipline Blueprint, a simple 3-step plan to help you go from distracted and drained to focused and unstoppable. And before we continue, don't forget, hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss these weekly insights on mastering self-discipline, laser focus, and building a mindset that fuels success. Because your journey from lazy to laser-focused starts today, and I'm here to guide you every step of the way. All right, now that we've talked about why laziness isn't your fault, let's shift gears. Because here's the exciting part. What can you actually do about it? What simple, realistic steps can you take starting today to move from scattered and stuck to focused and powerful? That's where I want to introduce you to what I call the Daily Discipline Blueprint, a 3-step formula that's not about perfection or pressure. It's about tiny, doable actions that build momentum and make focus feel natural. Morning activation, the first 10 minutes that change everything. Let's be honest, how you start your morning sets the tone for your entire day. You can either wake up and fall straight into distraction, reaching for your phone, checking emails, getting lost in social media, or you can take control even for just 10 minutes. So here's what I challenge you to do as soon as you wake up. Take 3 deep, slow breaths, not just because it sounds good, but because it triggers your body's relaxation response, lowering cortisol and helping you feel centered. Write down one simple sentence that defines your goal or intention for the day. Something like, "Today, I will stay calm under pressure," or "Today, I'll finish that report." This gives your brain a clear target. Drink a full glass of water. It sounds basic, but after hours of sleep, your brain is dehydrated, and even mild dehydration impacts focus and mood. This little ritual takes less than 10 minutes, but it tells your mind, I'm in charge of this day, and that tiny shift makes a huge difference. Micro wins momentum, small actions, big impact. Here's where most people go wrong. They think discipline means tackling the entire mountain at once, but your brain loves wins, even tiny ones. So instead of setting overwhelming goals like, I'll clean the entire house, or I'll write 5 pages, break it down. Spend 1 minute clearing your workspace, just 1 minute. You'll feel lighter instantly. Set a timer for 2 minutes of focused work. Once the clock starts, you'll be amazed how your mind locks in. Reply to that one email you've been avoiding. Not 10, just 1. These micro wins build positive momentum. Every small success gives your brain a hit of dopamine, reinforcing the habit and making you want to keep going. Let me give you a real-life example. A client of mine, Mark, a 52-year-old small business owner in Ohio, used this exact strategy. Instead of stressing about a massive to-do list, he focused on 2-minute wins. Within a week, he reported feeling more productive and less overwhelmed. Evening reflection. Build tomorrow's success. Tonight, the final piece of the blueprint is about ending your day with clarity, not chaos. Reflection helps your mind process the day and sets you up for a smoother tomorrow. So before you wind down for the night, ask yourself 3 simple questions. What went well today? Train your brain to notice wins, not just mistakes. What can I improve tomorrow? Frame it as growth, not failure. What's my number 1 priority for tomorrow? Go to bed knowing what matters most so you don't waste energy figuring it out in the morning. This takes less than 5 minutes, but it builds self-awareness, reduces stress, and helps you wake up with purpose. Final thoughts. Here's the beautiful truth. Mastering discipline isn't about pushing harder. It's about setting up systems that help you win small, win often, and build momentum that lasts. And you can start right now, so here's your challenge for today. Pick one of these steps, just one, and try it. Maybe it's the morning breath work, maybe it's a micro win, or maybe it's a simple reflection tonight. Whatever you choose, remember small steps create powerful shifts. And if this blueprint speaks to you, don't forget, hit that subscribe button right now for more weekly strategies on mastering discipline, building unstoppable focus, and creating a life that feels purposeful and powerful. Drop a comment below. What's one micro win you'll create today? Let's inspire each other and build momentum together, because from small actions comes unstoppable transformation. Now that we've talked about how to build daily discipline with simple, actionable steps, let's talk about something just as important, the traps. Because even the best blueprint can fall apart if you don't spot and avoid the hidden traps that quietly destroy your discipline before you even realize it's happening. These traps are sneaky. They don't look dangerous at first. In fact, they often feel productive or harmless, but they slowly drain your focus, your energy, and your motivation until one day you're wondering, why can't I seem to stay consistent? Let's break down the top 3 traps that kill discipline and, more importantly, how to break free. Multitasking, the illusion of productivity. Have you ever had one of those days where you're doing a million things at once? Answering emails, checking texts, half listening to a podcast, scrolling social media, and at the end of the day, you feel completely drained, but nothing meaningful got done. That's the multitasking trap. Psychology tells us that the human brain isn't built to focus on multiple complex tasks at once. What's actually happening is that your brain is rapidly switching back and forth, and each switch burns mental energy. Studies show that multitasking can reduce productivity by up to 40%. That's almost half your brain power gone just from trying to juggle too much at once. The solution: single task with intention. Pick one task, set a timer for 10 or 20 minutes, and give it your full focus. You'll be amazed at how much faster and better you work. Your environment is working against you. Let's get real. Your environment shapes your habits more than you think. If your space is cluttered, noisy, or full of distractions, it's like trying to run a race while carrying a backpack full of bricks. Picture this. Your desk is piled high with papers, dishes, random gadgets. The TV is on in the background. Notifications keep popping up on your phone. Sound familiar? In that environment, even the most motivated person would struggle to stay focused. I experienced this myself. A few years ago, I was working from home trying to write, while my phone buzzed. The news played in the background, and my desk looked like a disaster zone. It wasn't until I cleared my space, turning off the noise, putting my phone in another room, and setting up a clean, simple desk that my focus finally came back. The solution: set up a focus-friendly space. You don't have to overhaul your entire house. Just clear your main work area. Mute the noise. Remove 1 or 2 distractions. Your mind will thank you. Unrealistic expectations that set you up to fail. Here's a hard truth. One of the fastest ways to kill discipline is to expect too much too soon. We tell ourselves, starting tomorrow, I'll wake up at 5 a.m., meditate for an hour, work out, eat clean, work 12 hours straight, and finally write that novel. But when reality hits, you're tired, life happens, and you miss a step, it feels like failure. And that feeling can make you want to quit altogether. Here's the thing, sustainable discipline isn't about massive overnight change. It's about tiny wins consistently stacked over time. It's about building confidence with small promises to yourself and keeping them. The solution: aim for progress, not perfection. Set small, clear goals you can actually achieve. If you miss a day, don't throw away the whole plan. Just start fresh the next day. Remember, consistency beats intensity every time. Final thought. So as you work on building your daily discipline, ask yourself, am I focusing on one thing at a time or falling into the multitasking trap? Is my environment supporting my focus or sabotaging it? Are my expectations realistic, or am I setting myself up to burn out? When you spot these traps early, you can course correct and stay on track toward the focus, resilience, and productivity you deserve. And if you're ready for more practical strategies like these, don't forget, hit that subscribe button right now. Every week I share tools to help you master discipline, sharpen your focus, and build unstoppable momentum in your life. Drop a comment below. Which trap do you struggle with most, and what's one change you'll make today to overcome it? Because awareness is the first step, and from there, you can build a system that truly works for you, not against you. Let me share a real story, one that I think you'll find both relatable and inspiring. John is a 45-year-old accountant living in Chicago. He's a father of 2, works long hours at a demanding firm, and like many of us was caught in that cycle where the days blur together. Every morning felt rushed, every evening drained him. He'd wake up, grab his phone, scroll emails before even getting out of bed, then rush through getting the kids ready, answering calls, and diving into work. By the end of the day, he was exhausted and frustrated, feeling like he'd accomplished a lot, yet somehow nothing meaningful at all. Sound familiar? I bet many of you have lived some version of this. But here's what makes John's story powerful. It wasn't some massive life overhaul that changed things for him. He didn't quit his job, move to the mountains, or hire a personal coach. He simply decided to try something small. The daily discipline blueprint we've been talking about in this video. Here's exactly what he did. Morning activation. Instead of reaching for his phone first thing, John started his mornings by taking 3 deep breaths right there in bed. He kept a small notebook on his nightstand and wrote down one sentence, his number 1 focus for the day. Something simple like, stay calm during meetings or finish that report. Then he'd drink a full glass of water before heading into his routine. Micro wins momentum. During the day, John shifted his mindset from, I have to do it all, to what small win can I get right now? He set 5-minute timers to clear his desk. He focused on writing just the first sentence of that long email he'd been dreading. He celebrated these micro wins instead of waiting for the big milestones. Evening reflection. At night, before turning out the lights, he asked himself 3 questions. What went well today? What can I improve tomorrow? What's my J 1 for tomorrow? This reflection helped him see his progress and end the day with clarity instead of stress. And here's what happened. Within just 3 weeks, John noticed something amazing. He had doubled his productivity. His mornings felt calmer. He wasn't snapping at his kids or rushing in a panic. His work felt more focused, and maybe most importantly, he felt in control of his day. for the first time in years. And the best part, John didn't do this by working harder or adding hours to his day. He did it by working smarter, by building small, consistent habits that helped him win his mornings, his mindset, and his momentum. What can you learn from John's story isn't unique because he had special skills or some secret advantage. It's powerful because it proves that small daily actions, the kind anyone can take, create real lasting change. So let me ask you, what's your version of that first deep breath tomorrow morning? What's your one small win you can create today? What's one thing you'll celebrate when your head hits the pillow tonight? Drop your answer in the comments. Let's start a conversation, and maybe your micro win will inspire someone else watching this right now. Final thought. The path from feeling overwhelmed to feeling focused isn't paved with giant leaps. It's built with small, steady steps that align with how your brain actually works. So if John, a busy, tired, everyday professional, can shift his mornings and double his productivity, what's stopping you? If this story resonates with you, don't wait. Hit that subscribe button now for more weekly insights on building daily discipline, mastering focus, and creating unstoppable momentum. Because your story of transformation could start today with one small, simple step. So let's bring it all together. We've talked about why laziness isn't your fault, how small daily actions build discipline, and even seen how someone just like you, John, an everyday working parent, transformed his mornings and doubled his productivity with these exact steps. And here's the truth I want you to walk away with today. Going from lazy to laser-focused doesn't take magic. It doesn't require waking up at 4 a.m., grinding 18 hours a day, or becoming someone you're not. It takes daily discipline, tiny, doable actions stacked on top of each other, day after day. That's where true focus, resilience, and success come from. And the best part, you can start today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. With just one small action. Maybe it's writing down your intention for the day. Maybe it's taking a deep breath before diving into your to-do list. Maybe it's celebrating a micro win instead of waiting for a big breakthrough. Let me ask you, what's your first micro win going to be today? I'd love for you to drop it in the comments, because when you name it, you claim it. And your small win might be the inspiration someone else here needs right now. And if this blueprint inspired you, if you're ready to start building that unstoppable focus one small step at a time, then hit that subscribe button right now. Because every week I'm sharing practical tools and strategies to help you master self-discipline, unlock laser focus, and create a life that feels powerful and purposeful. And hey, don't keep this to yourself. If you know someone who's struggling with procrastination, distraction, or overwhelm, share this video with them. Let's build a community that supports and uplifts each other as we grow. And before you go, don't miss our next video, how to build a morning routine that sticks, even if you're not a morning person. Because trust me, that one simple change could be the game changer you've been looking for. Remember, transformation doesn't start with a giant leap. It starts with one small intentional step. And today can be the day you take it.